or
Hi
currently?
everyone, I'm here at the Barak Center by Ladiesman. Oh, and we are so excited to feature the Lead in Pakistan Foundation story number 32, featuring the dynamic, amazing Zehra Mehdi Aneek, who was a key mentor and part of the Lean in Pakistan KE or Karachi Electric Circle, and now she is chairing the Lean in Pakistan Foundation Energy Circle. What a dynamo. And she's being interviewed by the incredible Shireen Kamal, who is the LFVIP member of that circle and is another great pillar of the Lean in Pakistan community. We are looking forward to an amazing, incredible interview by the two of you and wish you the best of luck. Bye.
Thank you, Tara. Thank you. Hi, Zehra. Welcome to Lean in Pakistan. How are
Hi,
you?
Shireen and Tara. First of all, I would like to thank Tara and you for this opportunity. I think it's a huge responsibility and an honor to become chair of the Energy Circle of the Lean in Pakistan, and I hope I'll be able to, do the take the responsibility forward and do a good job.
Yes, sure. Um, Zahra Mehdi, knowing you, we've seen you for past, I think, almost 2 decades. You've got a long story of success and innovation from global chicken brand to K Electric. So she works for Karachi's Energy, and that's Pakistan's prosperity. So we would like to hear your journey, your childhood, your family, your accomplishments, success story. So over to you.
Thank you, Shiri. Childhood, yes, way back, but I'll start from there. I come from a very, I would say, close knitted family of four. We're just two basically, one, uh, me and my brother. So it's just family of four basically. And being the only daughter, um, I was the blue-eyed baby of the family and the first ever in the family as well. I was the eldest in the family, so I always enjoyed that position, and the love of family. Having said that, today where I am, I think it is all because of my uh, the roots which were given and the wings which were given to me by my parents, and I think what the only thing which they said was that all paths are open for you. You can do whatever you want. You can pursue any career, and we'll support you. And that support, I've been lucky, has always been there. My family, my husband, now my children, they all support my career ambitions, and I think that is the greatest. The first circle for lean in is your family, I would say, and then the second one is, of course, the organization in which you work in. So I pursued basically first sciences. As far as studies are concerned, my family wanted me to become a doctor, but then I was always a very strong-headed person, and wanted to do things which were a little different and a little challenging. And MBA from IBA used to be a big thing at that point in time, and I'm talking about 25 years. It's been 25 years, yes. So that's the challenge I took, and I told my parents that I want to pursue business administration. So went into as in this line of business, um, and then started off my career from Chevron Pakistan, which was back then Caltex Pakistan. Oil and gas then again was a very challenging sector at that point in time as well, especially for women. So I started off with a very, very, I would say, challenging organization, but an organization which supported women careers a lot. And I know people who started off with me and are still there at Caltex. So it's a very, very, I think, pro-woman organization. Then I ventured to into KFC Pakistan as head of marketing and communication. Sort of launched the KFC Pakistan brand in Pakistan, and and um, and was there for around 5 years. Then joined British Tobacco, which is again a very, very different sector, um, and a very different industry. And from there, I think my actual sustainability journey began. I was doing sustainability at KFC as well. Did a few very interesting ventures. Started off a deaf restaurant operated by mute and deaf people, which was one of a kind in
Wow,
Pakistan.
that's
Um,
commendable.
but British American tobacco was again a very different journey. It was all about stakeholder management. It was all about protecting a very I would say an industry which is not then again very easy to be in. Um, Took a sabbatical for around a year, and then joined K Electric or KESC at that point in time.
Yeah,
Um,
thank you.
when somebody approached me for KESC, and I was like, it's not even coming from different multinationals. It was not even thinkable for me to join an organization as broken as KEC at that point in time. So the person said, just come for an interview, and we'll see, we'll take it forward from there. So when I entered that organization, it was as if I'm entering, another universe where I'm an alien, and everyone, there were like thousands of men who looked around and stared at me. When I walked into the KESC office at that point in time.
Zara,
But
that's commendable. Incredible story. You can carry on with that. But as I read recently, according to the World Economic Forum, sustainability specialist is among the top 5 emerging careers in the world. So, don't you suppose you are in the right place now?
very much so. I think, Shiri, sustainability and the kind of climate crisis we are going through right now, it is a very, I would say, needed career. It is something through which you can actually make an impact and make a huge impact. And having actually transitioned into this line of business, is this sector, you can actually make a huge impact as far as your green footprint is concerned. And being part of the energy sector especially gives me, I would say, that edge, where I can actually make a very impactful, any project which I do is very impactful. So yes,
That's true.
and it is a countrywide footprint. It's not just an organizational footprint. Uh, from the utility and energy perspective, anything which you do has an impact on the country's progress and an
You
impact
have
on
also represented
social and
uh,
environmental footprint.
Pakistan in energy conferences, webinars. Can you share about that as well in continuation with what you were telling us?
So yes, Shiri, I've been, Alhamdulillah, given the opportunity to represent Pakistan at many national and international forums, and I would say that is also another, as in the kind of support which I got from my organization, that they actually encouraged me to represent not only the organization but also Pakistan at many forums. Recently, I was invited to the United States Energy Association's webinar, which was done in collaboration with Arizona University, and I represented basically Pakistan's power sector, and they wanted me to discuss various challenges which are faced by the power sector of Pakistan, um, in the light of various adaptation and mitigation strategies, which we would like to actually comply with and to actually implement. So it was a huge honor. I have also represented Pakistan at the Dubai Expo 2020 Women's Forum. That was also a huge stage where I talked about the resilient women of Pakistan and how they're emerging especially not only in every sector, but in sectors where usually women were not represented. And a case in point is the energy sector, where you see the numbers increasing. And I would say the numbers are increasing in every sector, where it was unheard of that women will take on that role. So I
Yeah,
think that
it's
they're
remarkable
breaking. Yes.
to see your representation on different forums representing our country. That's great. So, coming back to your professional portfolio, you are handling the ESG, CSR, environmental, social, governance, ethics, accountability, wellness, safety, resource depletion, and climate change. So many, with so many of the diversified portfolio in your for you, and also looking, I'm sure, maintaining a work-life balance. So, would you like to share with other women how do you manage to cope up with all this?
Shini, Alhamdulillah, as I said, your biggest lean-in circle is your own family, your own colleagues, your own organization, and I think the organization with which I was part of, basically, they were very supportive of women with families, and and they wanted to support women, especially with children. So in the sense that, okay, I have, mashallah, three children now. They are in their teens. So the hard time has is over for me.
Yeah.
So the journey, I think the most challenging time for any woman, especially, uh, is the time when they're actually starting off their careers. They're also getting married and they're having children. So I think that is the most challenging time. And at that point in time, if you get support, if you get people saying that you're going to make it, and they're physically present for you as well. It's not just in spirit. It is also that people are present in physically as well, to give support to you, because at that point in time when you're bringing up your children and you're also handling a career where the ladder is always going up at parallel time. It's not that the ladder with which you are climbing is waiting for you. It actually is, the opportunities are mostly there when your children are also very young. So yes, those times are very challenging for me, and there were times when and I read Cheryl's book, and I could actually the lean in Cheryl's book, and I could actually relate to a few incidents as well. That there are times when you have to pick up your children from school, and there are many meetings which are colliding, and you can't actually go out and say that I have to go and pick up my child, because you, as a woman leader, I think you actually have another face when you're working in an organization. You have to show another face, that you're very professional. You don't bring your home problems at work. So at many times you have to.
That's very much understandable, and so inspirational for other ladies as well, because we all share at least a part of everyone's story. So we can understand that well, and you have been carrying out very well, because now, mashallah, you are enjoying a greater leadership role. You have also conducted workshop for young students on clean and affordable energy. So that must be a great opportunity for them to brainstorm and come up with innovative ideas and solutions. So, what would you say about that?
Shiri, before I comment on this, I just want to complete what I was saying. I
Yes.
just want to give a message to the young woman that yes, initially when there are many responsibilities, and there are many demands from your career as well, that is the time when you have to actually, you know, just be there. Just hold on to whatever is going on and just go with the flow. Alamia is going to be there with you. Your family is going to be there with you. And time will flow and you will rise, inshallah. So there are few years which in every career woman's life, I would say, and especially a woman who is actually bringing up young children as well, those times are very challenging. And I would say if they pass those few years, then then the the years ahead are much easier. So
That's
that's one
true.
challenge.
Yeah.
Secondly, as far as your question is concerned, yes, I think the only way I can give back as a woman leader is to mentor young people and especially young girls. So I'm very actively involved in mentoring young women and young overall uh, youngsters basically. So I'm part of Girl 2030 as a mentor. It's a UN collaborated organization. So I do a lot of mentoring from that platform. Apart from that, I'm also a mentor for WISE, which is Women in Social Enterprise. Um, and thirdly, I think there are a lot of opportunities for mentoring. I've been part of TCF as well. So that is one passion. I just recently, yes, conducted a few workshops with regards to clean energy, and the idea was to make young students aware as to how they can contribute and they can start their startups, and what are the ideas which they can bring forward, and what is needed in the industry as well, how they can pursue different verticals in the green energy environment, basically. So that was the idea, and I think it was a good, successful workshops. And
That's
I
so
perhaps think
impressive.
that
Yeah. Yeah.
the only way you can give back and support the future generation.
Yes. So, talking about your journey, professional and personal, uh, would you like to share with us when have you leaned in your career and your dreams?
See, various. I think there have been various occasions when I leaned and took support. There have been many mentors in my life as well. I would especially like to mention Yasmin Lari. She has been a great inspiration for me. There's been another mentor, Abbas Hussain Saab. He's an intellectual, and he's
Mhm.
been a huge mentor for me. So I think um, mentors from different sectors, but giving you a lot of good advice, a lot of inspiration, and I would say a lot of strength to move forward. So I have been, yes, in the organization as well. They have been my leaders who have given me support to move forward as well. But there have been times where I thought that I will not be able to go forward. I have to, because as a woman, you go through a lot of guilt um, when there is an issue of work-life balance, and there are times when work become priority and other priorities are in the background. So you do go through that guilt, and you go through that as an when your emotional, I would say, side is filled and you can't give any more. So there have been times when I thought that whether I will be able to move forward or not. But I think I've been given a lot of support, especially by my pillars of support, my family, my leaders, and my mentors, and they made me gave me a lot of support to move forward and a lot of inspiration as well. So I think it is
That's so
always very
interesting.
important to have
Yeah.
mentors and to
Yeah.
have people around you who can give you good advice and support.
I think that's just such a pleasure to listen to you, to all you have to advise and your own achievements. Now, in regard to Tarada Uzra Daud's President Lean in Pakistan's initiative to give back to communities, especially for women empowerment, you have already shared a bit, but would you like to share something else? You would like to advise ladies taking the opportunity of Lean in Pakistan today?
I think Lenin has become, I would say now, a huge revolution. It has brought a huge revolution among the working women, I would say, of the world. It is a huge platform where everyone can get together, everyone can talk about real time problems rather than camouflaging our issues, our problems as women. So it has given, I would say, another dimension to women's career as well. And the advice which Cheryl is giving in her book and is now being implemented practically as well was very much needed in Pakistan. And I think Tara is doing a huge service by starting this platform in Pakistan. And the idea is obviously to spread it as much as possible and as soon as possible. And I think whenever she starts something, she starts and she puts in all her heart or all her heart in an initiative. So I think she will be able to drive this, and I hope we all will be able to join in and to take the journey forward, because I think this, as I said earlier, this is the only way you can actually support especially young women. And I've because I've done lean in circles in my organization, I know what a huge impact it actually brings. It's a very small initiative on the surface, but I've seen girls actually being impacted through mentoring and by openly talking about various problems. In my circles, I've seen them opening up with various issues, and we were able to together resolve a few very, very, very serious issues. So I think these circles will play a huge role in bringing forward a lot of issues which Pakistan is facing as far as careers of women is concerned. And
Incredible. I think you would just keep going on, and we would. It's so interesting that we keep listening and getting more inspiration from you. Actually, the whole conversation. I think we did not mention about the Roshni Baji project. I think it's worth mentioning. So just mention that, and then we wind up, because then we will be running
So
out of
yes,
time.
Shireen, I was fortunate to start a very, I think this is then again um, a revolutionary project which was implemented by me, and I was given a chance to implement it. But I think when we started off, we never thought that this project is going to be such a huge success and such a huge, I would say, inspiration as well. Roshni Bati started off with one objective, that we wanted to reach out to the vulnerable community women of Pakistan, of Karachi, basically. And we wanted to talk to them about the various safety, electrical safety aspects, basically, because they were the ones who were becoming victims of electrical safety within their environment, especially within their home environment, because their homes were not safe. So we took women from the community, we trained them, and we gave them STEM training rather than giving them just basic training. We made them women electrician, and it is, I think, one of a kind in Pakistan. It was the first time that we introduced women as electricians in Pakistan, and this is right now. K is operating their third cohort, and they've trained approximately 150 women. And these were the women who were graduates, masters, sitting within their communities and doing nothing, basically, because they were not given opportunities. They were basically confined to their houses because they could not step out of their communities. And what we did, we actually gave them confidence, and we gave them work within their communities. And the kind of impact which they have created is huge. Just these 150 women have reached out to approximately 400,000 plus women and impacted their lives. So it's a huge program. It is an ongoing program, and I would say that it shows the resilience of the Pakistani woman, that when they are given a chance and an opportunity, they grab it, and nothing can actually hinder their success. They will overcome any challenge which comes in their way. And I've
Yes.
seen women actually transforming. Women who could not speak when I first interviewed them are now sitting at electronic channels and giving interviews. So this program has transformed their life. There are many single mothers who are now successfully running their houses. And it is a tremendous, I would say, emotional feeling. It's a huge personal achievement, that the kind of impact these women are making, and just if they're given a chance to empower themselves and an opportunity to take a leap forward, they will take it. So in my
Remarkable.
international
That's
forums as well.
incredible, I must say, because it's listening to the whole project. That's commendable, commendable, and it's such a great job done by you and your organization. And we would all like to be a part of it. But right now, we would just wind up by thanking you for your time today. Thank you very much for being part of Lean in Pakistan. All the
Thank you,
best to
Shiri,
you.
and
Best
I
of
would
luck
like to
for you.
thank Sara as well. This was a great, I think, conversation. Gave me an opportunity to actually reflect back on my career as well, and I hope to contribute through this forum and make a greater impact on the lives of many women in Pakistan. Thank you so much.
Sure. Thank you very much.